One.
Hello, 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 beautiful people.
Hello, hello.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Made it
Yes,
through another Sunday. Thank God,
yes,
right? Thank God it's been whew, one of those weeks.
yes, 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 yes.
But yet we're still getting through.
We are, we
You gotta
are.
push through. You
Gotta
can't
push
go
through.
around, you can't go over, can't go
No,
under. You
no.
just gotta go through.
I've heard this from my pastor, and I forgot, I can't quote exactly where he got it from, but you have to push through to get through.
Uh, You know what? Go ahead, Pastor.
Yes, he said that. He got it from somebody else. I forgot exactly who he said it was from. But he said you got to push through to get through.
There you go.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
exactly
yes,
what
yes.
I am doing. I am pushing through,
Yes, amen, amen. How was your weekend?
pushing through, and think.
Hey, Miss Linda. Miss Linda just joined us. You're frozen, mommy.
I'm frozen. I'm like,
Okay,
I feel like
you
I'm.
just unfroze, but you were frozen.
See, on my end, it doesn't show that. But
Okay,
thank
yeah,
you. Let me
yes,
know every time it does it. I'm gonna have to,
okay,
yeah, get with my carrier to see what's going on here.
yes.
But
I was
thank you so
asking
much
how
for
was your
joining,
weekend.
Linda.
I was asking how was your weekend.
My weekend,
Yes,
my week from
your
Wednesday,
weekend. I'm saying your weekend.
my weekend was weeking.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Linda. She said I look nice in the wedding pictures. Thank you. I had so speaking of that, my brother-in-law got married. Shout out to Russell and Faith. They got married and I went
Wow.
to a wedding. I got out the house, you guys.
Congratulations. Yes,
Yes. Congratulations to them. Got to
that
get
was
out the
good.
house. No,
Yes.
no kids.
Woof. And
Woo.
guess where they was at? Guess who had them?
Yes. They had the
Oh,
time of their life
oh,
with their nana. Eating
yes,
cake, eating pies, and I mean not pies, ice cream and popsicles and cookies and Doritos and just having the time of their
their
life.
life. That's right.
Yes.
I want them to
Uh,
know when they're around me.
yeah. No bedtime, you guys. No
You know
bedtime
what?
over there.
We stayed up 12 o'clock because I figure, okay, let me tire them out. Because
Yeah.
when
No.
you tire kids out, I tired them out. But that little Ross, oh my God,
No.
that's similar like his grandmother.
He stays up. Okay.
He stays
He stays up,
up.
but when he goes to sleep, he goes to sleep. He
He
gets his
does.
sleep on.
But he be
Yes.
fighting. He be fighting.
He does fight it. And then Evan will see in my house, okay, bedtime is bedtime. I give it now because it's a little lighter out. Normally it was 8 o'clock. Since it's light, still at 8, I can't really, say go to bed and they looking out the window like it's still light out. So I've stretched it to 9. But at 9 o'clock, guess what? All the lights go out, the TV go out, it's pitch dark. Okay. Lay down and go to sleep. And everybody know their position. And they go on, go to
Right.
sleep. But at Nana's, they over there. I'm like, y'all still up? We
Yeah, they
sure
was still
are.
up. They was still
Yes.
up. And got up
Hmm.
early too.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, but I
Um,
enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoyed every minute of it.
yes. I know they
Um,
did too.
yes.
Miss Linda said, "Are these new glasses?" No. I normally wear contacts, but I wanted to give my contacts a break. I have a couple different pair of glasses, so I'll be switching those out from time to time.
Oh,
So no, these I've actually. Where did I buy these from? Warby Parker. That's where I brought these from. Warby
is that
Parker, where you can get it
Uma?
right online.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
you
ask
get
you.
it right online. You don't. Yeah, you get your prescription, and they'll go ahead and mail out your. You actually can get up to five. I think five. But don't quote me. I think it's like 5 pair to try on to see which one you like, and
Okay.
then you tell them which ones you like, and you send the rest. Send them back, and they'll send you your prescription glasses. So,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Cool. All right. I like that.
Thank you.
We have some great topics today.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Very interesting topics. Excuse
Topics.
me. No, I have not been drinking. But
No, I'm
we,
just joking.
huh?
No, I was giving the side eye. No, I'm just
No,
joking.
I have not been drinking. Um, we have one in particular that is affecting the East Coast in particular.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and I'm sure everyone has been seeing it all on the news.
Hmm.
The escaped murderer is still on the loose.
Yes.
We have to be careful.
Yes.
We have to be
Absolutely.
extremely careful because, I mean, he's escaped August 31st, and it's now the 10th, and they still have not captured him. So,
Exactly.
I seen where they was reporting that he was sighted in exit 8. Then I heard that he was back in Pennsylvania area. So it's like,
Yeah, it's like all over the place. I don't know. I know he's getting help. Okay, he then got a haircut. Okay, he done shaved off whatever was going on his face.
yeah,
So he got a hoodie on. That's not jail clothes, sir.
yeah,
So somebody is helping him.
yeah,
Somebody's
somebody,
definitely helping him.
yeah. Well, if he doesn't have someone helping him, he's definitely very stewed far as knowing
Very
where to go.
resourceful.
Very. So, just be careful when you guys are out and
Yes. It froze again.
about. Make
Okay. It's frozen. Bear with us, guys.
Did you know that someone could be eavesdropping on your
You
conversation
were.
while you're
I'm sorry, Ma.
driving?
You were frozen.
I was.
Yes.
It must be this new cable company I changed
It,
to.
it might be. It might be.
My goodness.
But yes, you
Sometimes,
guys, he is armed and dangerous. Do not approach him. Do not do. If you see him, go the other way and call the cops. Okay, because he is definitely not somebody that you want to be crossing paths with at all.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What did she walk up a
This is how he escaped. Yes, Miss Linda. A crab walked up the wall to escape. But I don't
wow.
know if you know this, Miss Linda. Um, this is not the first inmate to escape that way. Another
Okay.
inmate at that same facility escaped in the same manner.
Oh, I was crawling up a wall.
Yeah, the
Oh,
crab crawl, the crab walk, like
the
he
crab
did that
walk.
up the wall. Yeah, he did it up the
I
wall and was
wonder why
able to
they
get
call
over.
it a crab walk, because a crab can't go up a wall.
No, but the way he put his legs on one end and then he put
Yeah, I
his
see.
arms,
Yeah,
extended his arms out.
right.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
but it just
yeah, that's how they phrased it.
wow, wow, that's crazy. But
Yes,
we just got to make sure that we are all careful in
yes,
moving forward.
yes.
But I did have a different subject up. Is someone eavesdropping on your conversation while you're driving? There's this new privacy law that is being um, compromised. It appears that if you have a certain newer model cars, that they can
Uh-oh.
just eavesdrop on your conversation without you knowing it. So you
Wow.
have a newer car, Shakira. So you would definitely have to
Yeah, because
take
they have, you think about the this what is it, Siri? No, not Siri. Cyrus something. I sound real old right now because I don't know how to say it, but the Sirius radio, maybe, all those things that's listening, like your phone is listening, like
oh
listen,
series. Yeah, yeah,
everybody's listening at this point.
everybody.
So everybody from your
Yeah,
phone, then people are so hooked on this whole Alexa, little device in
Alexa.
their
Oh,
house,
everybody love
and
it.
they're listening to everything because they're waiting for you to say the cue words, right? Oh, Alexa, turn on the lights, turn
Yeah,
off the lights, but they're listening to your whole conversation.
they
So
gotta be.
yeah, can't be trusted. So that's the world we live in now.
Yeah, that's why you got to.
Frozen, frozen, ma.
Oh
Bear
my
with us,
goodness,
guys.
I'm frozen again.
Hey, you froze again.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
I'm not sure what it might be.
Hmm?
I said I'm not sure what it might be, but it froze.
Loose here, Satan. You get off here. Loose
Yeah.
here, Satan. Rebuke you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Rebuke you. Yes, but I want to show a clip of the information as it's being reported about this cars and what's happening with these cars. It's kind
Okay.
of serious,
Yeah.
invading on your privacy.
Yes.
This is coming to us by Fox 2 KTWU is reporting.
Grade protecting people's privacy, according to a new report by the Mozilla Foundation. KTVU's Jana Katsuyama joins us now live with a closer look at which car companies were rated worst and why the results were such a shock to the research team. Jana.
Well, Julie, these days cars come with all kinds of fancy features, and those features oftentimes collect data. The research team says this is the first time that they took a hard look at the privacy policies for automobiles. They said they were really surprised at how poorly the companies fared. Just one, Renault, which is a European company, actually did better than most of the American companies. These days, a smartphone app can unlock your doors and start the ignition on your smart car. And it's a trend that's expanded well beyond high-tech Teslas and other cutting-edge cars.
You buy a car now or in the past 3 to 5 years, they're computers on wheels.
Jen Kaltrider was leader of the Mozilla Foundation's Privacy Not Included research project. They examined 25 of the most popular car companies, asking companies about what they do with all the data they collect.
They come with the sensors that track, how fast you're going and where you're going and how much you weigh and how many people are in the car. And they have microphones and they have cameras that face out and cameras that face in.
The research team, for the first time, spent 600 hours reading the fine print of privacy policies.
We have minimum security standards that we look to see.
Failed Mozilla Foundation's basic privacy standards.
The privacy policies we read were talking about how car companies can build profiles on you that can determine how intelligent they think you are or what your abilities are.
The research team says they found some companies said they could share data without a warrant.
We read privacy policies where car companies said they could share your personal information with government or law enforcement based simply on a formal or informal request. And that's really scary when you think, the car is tracking you, the car could be listening to you, the car could be looking at you.
The research team created a list of each car company's policies for consumers to check and say they hope it will prompt some protections in the future.
The car companies need to do better. They need to feel the heat and the pressure from us to say, hey, stop collecting information, personal information about me that you don't need.
And the Alliance for Automotive Innovation, which represents some 20 car companies, actually wrote a letter to members of Congress just this week, and they said they were on board with having a federal uniform privacy policy for the automotive industry. They said that it is difficult for the auto companies themselves when there is a patchwork of privacy policies from state to state. Julie?
There you
Wow.
have it.
Wow. And that's kind of scary not only because, but like you want all the high tech stuff, right? Like you like the push start, you like the remote start, you like all those things. Like on my vehicle, I have like the 360 camera, which is very popular among newer cars. And like I can see everything outside of my car. I can see the top of my car, but it makes you think like, who else is tapping into this?
Yeah,
Besides me just looking at it. So, yeah.
right. It's pretty scary.
Yes,
To be
very.
honest, it's pretty scary. I know they have different devices that you could purchase, and it's handheld devices that you can purchase electronically that can determine whether or not someone's eavesdropping. And it would
Oh,
be
okay.
a red light indicator if someone
Okay.
is eavesdropping. So, people may want to take further necessary precautions to protect
Yes.
their privacy, because this is a serious
Yeah,
invasion.
that's serious. That's very, especially it could, I mean, not to say I'm doing anything that the cops would want to know about, but for
Yeah,
other, and you never know. Like, and it's just, it could be very
but yeah, but even if you weren't,
messy.
you just don't want just personal conversations, if it's between two people or more, to be heard by more than those
Hmm.
people, especially if you're not aware of this. It's not being disclosed. You don't even know that
Exactly.
they're listening. That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
bigger problem. So be careful.
Yeah, because I feel as though that, like, with a lot of technology, that's why you see like a lot of ads or information pop up on TikTok, Instagram, wherever, and tell you where to go in your phone to turn off certain things because it automatically is set on when you purchase the phone. Your location and different things, they're all automatically set to gather that data from you. So it's a lot of people out there on social media that's giving the information on how to disable, like, even down to, I know everybody has experienced this. You could be sitting at home talking to your friends, talking to whoever. Girl, I want to go to the Bahamas, but I don't know. I think I want to go in the summer. Next thing you know, on Facebook, that's all you see. On Instagram, that's all you see. You go on the internet, stuff pops up about a flight to Bahamas, $99. You think that's
Right.
a coincidence? No,
No,
they were listening.
they were
So
definitely.
it's so
Yeah,
many things.
yeah, you're right. Because stuff will pop up. Did I mention if I say popcorn, it'll pop up a commercial?
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
really?
So there's features that you can turn off so that, because what happens is that even down to what you search on your phone, say for instance, you're searching something on your phone and all of a sudden when you get on Instagram, it's popping up. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, wait a minute, like, why, how did that even correlate? Because they're sharing the data from your phone to other people. And if you don't turn that feature off, it's automatically on when you purchase the phone. So it's kind of one of them things that, you just have to do your research and know what you want on and what you want off as far as what information is being gathered from you with electronics.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Okay, so no comments on that. We have another topic to change gears. This is
Okay.
one that's really disturbing because I know there's a lot of children that's out there, teenagers, even adults that go to the basketball courts
Hmm.
and they love playing basketball. I know I didn't
Yes.
play basketball. I was a serious basketball player back in my day. But I chose a job over playing basketball. But stay mindful when playing basketball. And do you know why? I want to share something with you all, which is something that Shakira actually brought to the light. And this was really, I would say, something to keep in mind when you are actually um, out there playing or know someone who's playing basketball, for them to
Hmm.
to be aware.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm just going to share this clipping.
And I'm going to show you what it was. Do you see that? Do you see? That's what I seen up there. And then I noticed another one was up there. So, okay. Take this tape, put it on the broomstick. I almost got it. Yeah, yeah. Look at that. A good parent if you don't share this video.
And this was Patchley Williams shared this video.
Yes, I did. I think it froze a little bit or something.
Nothing's edited.
Oh, there we go.
Now, when I threw the
Oh, it
shot,
started over.
I heard some rattle. And I'm going to show you what it was. Do you see that? Do you see? That's what I seen up there.
Okay, so there you have it.
Yeah,
So you
so
have
basically they're putting the razors around the rim. So when you go to dunk, you're going to get cut all up.
yeah, and if it cuts you up,
And it's a sick world, sick world that we live in.
yeah,
But
truly.
that's the purpose of, because you know who ain't trying to dunk on somebody, right? They
Right.
know that that's a guaranteed layup for either, I don't know if these people laced it with, fentanyl, or laced it with something for you to
Yeah, we
pass
know.
out afterwards, or whatever, or just being
Yeah,
sick minded. But yeah, that's just, when I seen that, I was very, very disturbed.
it was totally shocking,
Yeah.
you know, to say the least. And not only just that, they're doing at the gas pumps as well. When you get ready to pump your gas, there's razors that are at the gas pump. So I want to show where to look when
Okay.
you are pumping
Pumping your,
gas. Now,
yeah,
in New
pumping your own.
Jersey,
We
thank
don't
God
have to pump it. Yeah, thank goodness.
we don't have to pump gas.
Yes.
But, police have been reporting that there have been razors at the gas pump. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's in North Carolina. But I
Okay.
want to share this graphic with you so you can see exactly where the razor is located.
Okay.
Where you see, I don't know whether you can see the
Oh,
razor
wow.
handle.
Yeah, that's right on the handle. That's exactly where you would go boop to
Right, you
even
can
take it
grab
out.
it. Correct.
Wow.
So you got to be extremely careful when you're pumping gas. If you're not in New Jersey, because New Jersey is a state that does pump your gas
Hmm.
for you, which, thank you, Governor Murphy, for allowing us to continue having that perk. We
Yes, absolutely.
really appreciative of Pennsylvania, so forth and so on. You have to pump your own gas. So sometimes it's very hard to keep up with all the information and the warning signs that are out here. But this is something you definitely want to make sure that you stay informed, because it's very easy to be subject to that.
Yeah.
That's a devil, a
Yes.
demonic person that's doing that, actually.
Yeah.
Somebody that's demonic that is causing this type of injury. And
Yes.
I don't know how many people who have gotten hurt so far from this,
Hmm.
but as you can see, it could be deadly, especially with the basketball. That could be
Yeah.
deadly if you touch.
Yes.
Because normally when you dunk,
You dunk. Yes.
heat,
That's what I'm saying. You're not like, you're like, oh, in your face.
yeah,
So,
of course,
imagine going on top. Like, that's just,
that's
mm,
devastating.
yeah, very
That's
devastating.
Yeah, that's completely devastating. So we
Yes.
definitely have to be careful of when we are out and about.
Hmm.
And that that's a shocking for me when I heard about it. I never put the two and two together that
No,
someone
I never would have thought something like that. You hear about it in apples. You hear about it in random places.
candy. Yeah, when we were
Yeah,
little,
candy.
well, my mother was always against Halloween. She was like, no,
Yeah.
but she would let us go and do the trick or treat during the day or whatever. But they once they start putting razors in apples when we were younger,
Yeah.
she was like, no way, I'm not letting you
Yeah.
guys go out there no more.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
just
It's
go to the
very
store
dangerous.
and um get us some candy, and we just kind of
Eat the
enjoyed it.
candy. That's what we do here. We get a whole bunch of candy,
Yeah,
and the kids can pick out and call it a day. Ain't no, but like the only thing I remember when my son was in daycare, they did a trunk or treat,
a
but
trunk or
they didn't call it that because they were a Christian center. I think they called it Harvest Party or something like that. But they dressed up in costumes and they did a little parade, and then they went around to each trunk of the car to get candy. But they were all
okay.
parents. It was only parents that were doing it.
Oh,
Parents and the
only
teachers.
parents.
So I decorated, well, my daughter, she decorated the back of my car, and we had candy and stuff. So when the kids came around, they could get their little candy and stuff. So
Hmm.
I
Now,
thought that idea, and I think a lot of I know churches do that now, the trunk or treat, so
now,
ironically.
did you do trick or treating?
But when I was a kid,
Yeah.
You know, you my mother. I wasn't doing none of that.
I'm talking about with your kids. I
Would
know.
I do it?
I
No,
didn't.
no. They're not going to nobody's random house to get no candy from them. No, absolutely
No.
not. The trunk or treat thing was cute, you know, but
Yeah.
that's probably as far as it will go. No, I don't. You know, as they get older, you know, of course, you have to find ways to have them not feel left out, right? Because you don't want your kids to feel like, all my friends are going, blah, 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 you know, that whole spiel. So
Right.
I wouldn't mind doing like a little Halloween party for them and they can invite their friends type of thing. But you're not going out of my sight and going around the neighborhood to get nothing from nobody. That's just how my take on it, you know. As
Right.
they get older, I mean, they're babies now, so I doubt if I change my mind. At times are only getting worse.
Yeah.
So you know, and especially with the stuff that can be you touch it and you're passing out. No, my babies won't be going around getting anything from anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But this year, no trick or treating.
no. Mm-mm.
Now, did people come to you?
No, we keep the light off. We keep the because they
Knocking on your
tell
door?
you
A
that
lot of people.
if you're not as far as Burlington as township, they'll tell you if you're not well, from what I understand, if you're not going to participate, cut your porch light off so so the kids know not to ring your doorbell. So the
Oh,
porch
right.
light is
Yeah.
off, and
Right.
you know, don't nobody come to our door. I think I haven't seen kids come to our door in years, actually. I'll see them go by the house, but it's not even a lot of them trick or treating anymore. Honestly, I don't really see a whole bunch of kids because, like I said, a lot of organizations, schools, churches do it.
Yeah.
That whole trunk or treat thing. So it's kind of like the alternative to going from house to house, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No Halloween. I know I get invited to Halloween parties all the time, but it's like, what do you come dressed as? I mean, like what?
Whatever. I mean, last year I did dress up because I was going to the trunk or treat. I had Ross dressed as a doctor, and Evan was dressed as a lion, and I was dressed as a lion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, we had a little outfit on. I mean, I called it what that was it. That was into that. Okay, we're not going to nobody's house knocking. No, thank you.
Right. No, absolutely not. In your area, you don't get a lot of trick or treaters anyway, right?
No, no. Like I said, I haven't seen. I mean, there are kids out, but there's not even a lot of kids that live around here.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not like it's a whole block full of kids and they're all like, no, it's not like that. So
Right. Right. I understand.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, we want to talk about this particular. I mean, I know you guys have been hearing about this because it's been so many people have been talking about it last week. It's been crazy. This is Steve and
Oh
Marge
Lord Jesus.
Harvey rumors of divorce. So it's like people are putting that energy out.
Well, you know, that's the first thing they run to. Negativity. That's the first thing most people
Yeah.
on
And
social
it's on
media.
news feed or
I'm sorry, it froze a little bit, so it went out. You're still frozen. Um, but just to elaborate a little bit, is everybody goes to the negative. You
yeah,
know, when somebody cheats, like when Offset, I think Offset allegedly, you know, allegedly cheated on Cardi B, and everybody they should get a divorce. They should get a divorce. And the people that's normally talking ain't even got no man. So
right. Yeah,
I'm not
true.
surprised that people are saying that.
Yeah,
Um, hey, that's their business. Marriage is whatever you make it and whatever you vow to do, what you're going to put up with, what you're not going to put up with, that's between them. They ain't got nothing to do with us. But they're a part of the public eye, so they
yeah.
shouldn't be shocked or, oh my
No,
goodness, you know, like this is what you signed up for. You wanted to be famous, and this is what it is. So
you take the good with the bad.
you take the good with the bad. It can't all be good. So
Well, you know what they always say that as long as you're still being talked about, it's a good thing.
yeah, they
They're making
always
money.
hear the term there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right. Yeah,
Like, you know, they're
I
talking
get
about you. You're trending. Like,
Good training.
so yeah. And these are the times, like, if people were I won't say if people were smart, as if Steve and Marjorie is not smart, because they're going through their, whatever they're going through. But this is
Yeah.
the time that you put out a book, or you put out something, just like,
Even that.
surrounding, like, Beyonce. When Beyonce was going through her thing with Jay-Z, she put out an album. You know how many people bought that album just to be nosy, to
Yeah.
hear what she was talking about? And then what did Jay-Z do? He did the album too, to kind of, like,
Yeah.
it was basically answering her album, going,
Hmm.
like, so that's
Hmm.
a
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's
So
crazy. And to hear people, I was very shocked to hear about Shirley Strawberry and the things she said. If it wasn't her voice, I wouldn't have believed it. And then again, it could be AI because
it
that
could,
technology.
well enough could be. It definitely could be. We with everything that goes on now, you can't even believe what you see anymore.
You
You can't
can.
believe what you see. You can't believe what you hear. It's kind of just, you just gotta listen. You guys, put all your faith in God. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
only thing you can trust out here in the streets. Other than that, everything can be automated, Photoshop, things can be,
Yeah.
it's not safe to trust what you see anymore. Or, because people, like, I trust half of what I hear and all of what I see. Yeah, no, that's out the window now.
Because
So,
people gonna talk about you regardless. They don't
yeah,
care.
exactly. So, and
And
I
be
feel
right
as,
up in your
far as
face.
with Shirley, this is how I always look at celebrity life, right? I don't know how she treats Shirley, meaning Marjorie. I don't know how she interacts. I don't know if she's one of them stank wives that's just like, you the worker, I don't associate with you. Or, and Steve seems like he's jovial, he's nice, and it's kind of like a family at his radio station. Don't get me wrong, I don't know nothing about what they got going on, as far as, I don't work there. But the way that he presents it is that it's like a family. So what if Marjorie is stank to her? I don't know. We don't know how she treats her. So for her to come out the side of her face about Marjorie, yeah, that was wrong. But who's to say that she didn't know? Did she know she was being recorded? Because that happens all the time. People record conversations, private conversations, and then they put it out there, and it's just like,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
you,
people like that. I know somebody that got killed like that.
you get messed up by stuff
Yeah.
about that. But what I'm saying is that we don't know the context. Like with celebrities, you don't know the context around anything anymore. You
No.
only know what they want you to know.
True. True.
So I don't know.
But it sounded like she was in a conversation with someone and they kind of disclosed her conversation in
Exposed
public.
her,
Yeah.
yes. And that's
And
the wrong thing to do. If you were a true friend, like, say for instance, you're doing it for Steve, whatever, go to Steve and give him that information. Why are you putting this out there for that's nothing but clickbait to me.
yeah.
That's just what that is for me. Like, I don't
Because
believe that person.
the person wasn't saying much.
Yeah, because they knew what they was doing.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's
And then,
true.
if I was Shirley, what if this was a person she constantly, like, because you have banter with people, right? Sometimes you'll have a job where you may not like a certain person, and you and somebody else have a mutual understanding about that. Like, girl, I can't stand her. Da, 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 da. And then you sitting there talking to her, and she just sitting there, and you just like, girl, you be the one that's the leader of the conversation. You ain't got
Right.
nothing to say.
Normally they are. Normally they
Yeah.
are.
But when
Normally-
they trying to tape you and be deceitful, they will
Yeah.
be church mouse quiet, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. And a
So
lot of people are like that. It's
yeah,
nothing you can do. Only thing I say is just be real and authentic. So if you say it in front of their face, you could repeat it.
yeah,
Period.
yeah. I said what I said, as
That's what
what's
I
that said?
said.
Nene. I said what I said, and
There
I
you
they
go.
stand tall and firm on it.
Stand tall.
But
Ten,
most people ain't
10
doing that.
toes down, right?
Yes,
10
exactly.
toes
Just hope
down.
your 10 toes ain't getting knocked out because you're talking mess about somebody.
Right. And normally it's the people that can't fight that does that. Like
Yes,
normally it's
typically.
people that, they can't fight. As my mother would say, they way out of a paper bag.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
always in some mess.
Always in some mess. Just lay low, mind your business. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, and
Right.
that's just what it is. So for them, I wish them nothing but luck on their journey to healing, whichever way it may go, if they stay together, if they get a divorce, if they have some time apart, separation, whatever they choose to do, I wish them luck.
Yeah,
And
me too.
that's it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I think marriage is it's not complicated, but I think the hardest thing is making sure you keep the line of communication open.
I absolutely agree. I believe it doesn't have to be complicated. I think people overcomplicate it, but
And
I
keep
think,
people. I think when you're trying, hmm?
oh, you froze a little bit. I'm sorry. I thought you what I was stating is that I feel is that marriage is something that's very sacred, should not be entered in lightly, and it's not a get out of jail free card when you feel like you don't like the person. That's just
Yeah,
not that's not what it stands for.
yeah.
Like, you should have stayed dating for all of that.
Because you're gonna
When
have
you're
days you
married,
don't like each other. You're gonna have days, but I can't
yes,
stand you
I
today.
love them, but but that's just what it is. That's the because I believe they say every 7 years or every 8 years or something like that, you change. Like as an
Every that
individual.
long? I thought it was every week.
No. Well, I hope nobody's changing every week, Jesus. You need to stay
Why
away from
not?
that person.
Change for the better.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I feel as though that a lot of, like, definitely this society takes marriage as a joke. Or something that, like, oh, look, I'm getting married, and look at, so some people take it as that. So for those people that don't realize that this is not a game, like, this is real life.
It's real life.
And for them, they've been married for so long, so hopefully they can patch it up. But it's all on what they choose to deal with.
Yeah,
Some people say, you know what, this is a deal breaker, and that's just it. That's it. That's
right,
all. That, you already knew that. I told you that, and this is what you did, and I'm out of here. And then you
right.
have some people that, everybody makes mistakes. So everybody deals with things differently. So
Totally
I
different.
would say, I hope the public eye respects them and stay out their business, but we know that's not going to happen. So I just
Yeah,
hope that they keep their communication strong,
open.
regardless
Yeah,
if it's communicating saying I don't want to be with you no more, or communicating and say we're going to work through it. I
yeah.
just hope that stays together and they don't get outside communication in their ear to sway them.
I think whatever happens, they're gonna survive. I'm just sending them good vibes, and hopefully
Mhm.
they, whatever the rumors are, I hope they're not true. About Bubba or whatever is Boom, whatever the guy's name is. I
Listen,
tell you, I'm so glad I don't get caught up in all that craziness, but I had to mention it today because it was just so overwhelming the last 2 weeks.
yeah, it was a lot. I heard a lot.
Yeah, it
It's
was
been
a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether or not you realize this or whether you've ever came across this on YouTube, especially. Every once in a while, I see it on Facebook, but it's overwhelming on YouTube.
Hmm.
YouTube influencers falsely are stating that celebrities' death. They're saying celebrities have died. There's like, I'm not even gonna
Hmm.
name these celebrities because when I seen it, I was furious.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Yes,
I didn't
I've
know.
seen it too. I've seen it too. Because you hurry up and look. You like, oh my
Yeah.
God, girl, I ain't know. Da, 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 da. And then you look and you're like, they're not dead. What is going
And they
on
be
here?
having
So
200
yeah,
followers, 500,000
yes,
followers. And I'm like, so they
yes.
must be doing it for clicks because there's this no
That's
way.
exactly what they're doing. That's the world that we live in. People are so thirsty, and I mean thirsty, to get a click.
Yeah,
So they can
totally
make some
thirsty.
money and
Yeah,
monetize. And don't get me wrong, get your paper, boo boo. But morals, I stand on morals 10 toes down. I ain't no amount of money that's gonna make me do anything. Okay.
no,
So if it's something that goes against what I believe in and what I stand for, I'm not doing none of that. And for
yeah,
you to even, and me and you, we talk about this all the time, speaking things into existence. I don't play with that. Okay. I
no.
don't, how you have some people be like, girl, I'm gonna call out and tell my baby sick. Not me. Because if my
Oh
baby gets sick, I'm gonna
no.
be mad.
Ooh.
No, 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 no. If the, like, I don't play around with certain things. People be calling saying, yeah, this person died. They just be doing too much. Okay. So
Yeah,
for me, I feel as though they're doing it for click. That's all they're doing it for. Because
yeah.
you're going to click on it. You're going to click on it. If it's somebody, and this is the thing, right? Because we're going to connect the dots, right? Say for instance, if you're let's say a Rihanna's fan, right? And you always looking up Rihanna's music, then you go on YouTube. Mind you, YouTube is getting the information that you're searching, right?
Yeah.
So if that particular person had made a video about Rihanna, that is probably going to be the first thing in your newsfeed. So what are you going to do? You're going to click on it. And that's how they get you, because they're connecting everything so that people know from each platform what you're searching. So if these people are falsely saying that these people are deceased, it's getting out there. It's being
Mhm.
shared, and it's fabrication.
Totally
So
fabrication. And
yes.
and to me, I think these celebrities, and this is just me saying, if it was me, I would get an attorney and I would shut it down. Because number
Absolutely.
one, somebody might have been wanting to hire, because a few of them are artists that sing, and somebody might
Mm,
get across that and say, "Oh my God, I didn't know he or she passed away." They might have been looking to hire that person for a wedding or a
yeah.
performance,
Yeah.
and now this person's lost income. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that should not be. So when I seen it, I felt as though something definitely should
It
be,
should definitely be something placed that
because
they
how
can't
many?
go around and do that.
It's hundreds,
Yeah.
not just
Uh,
a few.
Yeah. And here's the
Hundreds.
thing, right? It seems so backwards, right? With certain things, with YouTube, with Instagram, with Facebook, with all these platforms, they will take you down for certain things, but then you got
Woo!
somebody else saying
Take
that
it
somebody's dead,
down.
but they'll keep them up. So I feel as though that sometimes this stuff be geared towards what they
A
want
lot
you
of
to know
lies.
and what they want you to believe and all of that. Like I'm big on all, like the spiritual realm of, as far as putting things out there and controlling. Like I feel like the media controls a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and AI included. They're controlling what they want you to
The
see,
narrative, yeah.
because you'll come cut me off for talking about something, but then somebody can have the right to talk about it, because I see some wild stuff, okay,
Wow.
on
And they should
Facebook.
be banned. And this, yeah. And we say a little bit
So
of stuff and we be like, what the
exactly.
heck?
Exactly.
It don't
And you
make
don't
sense.
think that somebody else hasn't reported that page? They probably did.
Nothing to
It
stop.
probably got taken down a million times. You guess what? That person makes a new page and call it a day. But they're
Yep.
not tracking down to see, okay, what IP is he using? Trying to really make sure that person will never be able to do it again, or give them some type of penalty or fine or something. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It is
It's
ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yeah.
It's heartening. And I don't know. I don't know how a celebrity would feel,
It went out. It froze. Ma,
or anybody would.
you froze. Bear with us, everyone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you froze. That one was a longer span of being frozen.
I'm calling to find out what's going on. Trust me.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes,
Last week it
absolutely.
was crazy. This week, now it's the sound. So we gotta
Exactly.
it's the internet.
It's
Okay. So we gotta figure out
hello.
what's going
Listen.
on.
So everybody's listening. Remember we talked about that. They
Yeah, yeah,
all
maybe there's
listening.
too many. Yeah, yeah. Boy, I tell you, it's crazy. But what I was saying was, I I wouldn't know how I would feel if someone was showing my funeral. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
actually show a funeral going on.
Yeah. They go all out. They
I
go
mean,
all out. Okay.
you
They
put
make up obituaries, all this stuff,
everything,
all out, all out.
and the
Just to,
person's
like,
still alive.
I remember, I don't know, I know you don't really watch TV as much. Miss Linda, she's gonna know this. On Love and Hip Hop Atlanta,
Miss
it's this.
Linda be knowing the
She
TVs and
listen, she
she
knows.
knows what's
Listen, that's why I
happening.
shouted her out. On Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is this
Gotta
young
get
lady
with
not by the name of Spice. She's Caribbean, and she's I guess you would call it like a singer, entertainer, whatever.
it.
She
I've heard
had a
Spice.
massive. I really don't know what happened to her, but what transpired, she ended up like almost dying. Right,
Yeah, I
her
remember hearing
kids
about
are
that.
over in Jamaica, and the internet was saying that she was dead, and her kids saw that on the internet and thought had died,
Oh, they put out that she was what?
that she had died. So she, and
No.
they have it on the episode about, her crying and saying, my kids seen that on the internet that I was dead, and that I'm not dead. Obviously, she's, walking around. So
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
it's not just
God.
you seeing it, but what if your loved one, or,
Right.
it's you don't, it's just crazy how they run with whatever. So
And so her kids, and I know they were just, see, that it goes
devastated.
beyond just, yeah, it's,
Yeah, you all the way in Jamaica, and your mom is in the States, and you hear that on the internet. And it's
yeah.
not more than, it's more than one site. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not just because usually, right, when you're looking up something, and I know for me, whenever I hear something that somebody has passed, I look it up. And if I see that it's like 5, 10 different articles, it's just like, oh, so it must really be
Right.
going
I
on. You
go
know
to
what I'm saying?
TMZ first. I go to TMZ like right
Yeah.
away.
I try to go. Wikipedia really can't be trusted because I remember when I was in college, Wikipedia, you can edit it. You can
Oh,
edit Wikipedia. That can be edited. And
okay.
you don't have to have an account or nothing. Like, it's, I mean, you have to have an account, but it's not really something that is, it wasn't like the account was approved by my school. You could just go in there and make an account and make some changes. So that's why
Right.
anybody that's on here that goes to college, they as far as professors and colleges, they don't accept Wikipedia as a reliable source for research at all because it can be edited. So, and it's not fact checked.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And even doing fact check, we don't know whether fact check is fact check. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly. We don't
Because
know
it's,
who's checking that. Exactly.
right, who's checking the fact check? Because it's like
Exactly.
somebody have to be cross checking to make sure that all the information is accurate. But
Yes, yes.
it's unbelievable. But one of the things I wanted to touch base on this before, and we didn't really dive into it, and I want to dive into it just a little bit while we have a few minutes.
Okay.
Um, is it justifiable to be fired from your job due to getting tattoos or piercings? Like if somebody get a
Hmm.
tattoo, get a piercing, because people are getting fired for tattoos and piercings.
Well, here's the thing. I've worked across several different industries. I worked in hospitality, as front of the line, checking people in at a particular hotel in Atlantic City. I
Right.
worked in the back of the house
Other
as far
hotels in Atlantic
as a
City.
rooms controller for a particular casino in Atlantic City.
Right.
I worked as a housekeeping supervisor. I've worked at Toys R Us. I've worked across the board, right?
Right.
I feel as though, depending on where it is, right? So I feel that if you're going into an interview and you don't have no tattoos on your face, and then you show up with tattoos all in your face, that may not be the look that they're going for, depending on what industry you're in,
Yeah.
right? Because, like I said, I worked at Toys R Us, but I also sold annuities at an insurance company. So
Yeah.
I've been across the board as far as what was presentable. You have some jobs that is lax about their attire. Then you have some like, no, you have to dress up.
Yeah.
You have to be dressed. Okay. You cannot be coming in here looking crazy. And
Right.
then you have some that, is lax.
They don't
So
care.
if it's like facial tattoos, I think it's a no-no. And this is just me personally. Do you, boo-boo? Whatever you feel is right for you and your face and your body, that's on you. But I feel as though, especially when you're young, even not when you get old, but I feel as though some people make rash decisions, not understanding how this could affect you later on in life.
Right.
People
True.
with hand tattoos,
Yeah.
people, and don't get me wrong, it's a place in the world for everybody. Everybody. But
Sure.
as far as if you're going to get a job, and say for instance, it's a professional job, like for instance, I work in the mortgage servicing industry. Um, they don't want to present certain things. I'm also a notary. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're not going to like me going to a signing and I got tattoos and piercings all in my face. Like, and
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's room out
They
here for
do.
everybody that got that. And I'm pretty sure it's somebody out there that is a signing agent that's making buku money and they got tattoos and maybe piercings all in their face. But that's very slim to none. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the fact that people are getting so or being shocked about it, it's just like, do you think that you could like, I don't understand why is this such a thing as far as like, well, no, that's wrong. You shouldn't fire me for that. Well, um, because what if your tattoo says something that they don't agree with, or something? It could be, and it doesn't even have to be anything vulgar. It could just be spirituality,
Right.
and they don't want to mix that into their business. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I neck tattoos and Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
gotta
So
get
you have to identify what industry you want to be in. And I mean, not when you 19, not when you 20, when you're older and you know, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, kind of sort of, then you can make those type of decisions. If you're a hairstylist, if you're, because those are the type I've seen people that, or a tattoo artist. Those
right,
are the people that, you see, and it's not a big deal. But if I go into a lawyer's office and he got, now don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure there's lawyers out there that are excellent and they got a big old face tattoo. Good for them. But if I go in there and I'm looking at, because
ooh,
it's
child,
appearance, it's the first appearance. So I'm not even hearing what you're saying from your mouth because I'm looking at what's on your forehead.
right.
So, you have to be very conscious of where you put your tattoos. I have tattoos. I don't know, 5 or 6. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that none of my tattoos are visible unless I allow you to see them. Meaning that, like, I don't know which one is which, but I got my mom and my dad on my back, but you can't see that unless I have something on that's backless or
Yeah,
low cut in the back. And who's doing that at work? Where I work at, I'm not wearing nothing with my back out, you know?
right.
So certain places that I have it, people are not going to be able to see it. And I like that I have no problem with. But when you're making a conscious decision to put something that you cannot cover up
You on your neck, on your
on your
face.
neck or whatever, now
And yeah,
don't give me
your job that you are going to apply for has to be
acceptance of that.
acceptance. Yeah,
But they don't get me wrong, for the people that do have this, I'm not going to discourage you from applying for these jobs, but just being honest and letting them know I can cover them up because they do have makeup for that.
yes, but
They
if you
have
go to the interview and you have it covered, then you're good.
then you get, but just make sure that you always got it covered
Yeah,
because you don't want that conversation.
yeah,
And if they hire you and they don't see it, and then you come back like, yeah, I got a whole neck and a whole, they're gonna be like, oh Jesus, she got about to go to this meeting with this Fortune 500 company, and it's just like, now don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it's somebody out there that's a part
right.
of the Fortune 500 companies, and they got tattoos on their teeth. But I'm just saying, in reality, that's not something. But the world is evolving, right? Because I have seen people in the work industry that is like of a statue of professionalism, and they do have visible tattoos, maybe like here, right? Or they might have their shirt unbuttoned a little bit and you can see that, okay, they got probably like a whole thing going on, on their chest.
Mhm.
But just being mindful, and you can't be shocked by
No,
that. I
no, you
just,
can't. But how about little kids? Like
you froze again. But I think you said, how about little
little
kids?
boys getting little boys getting tattoos in both ears.
Tattoos or piercings?
I mean piercing. Yeah, I meant
Um,
piercing. Corrections.
I don't have a problem with it. I personally am not. First of all, my children, well, my children, they're wild. They're not letting nobody put no piercing in their ear. I'm not doing
No,
it. I
I
know my
am.
husband had he said he had his ears pierced before, if I'm not mistaken. I know plenty of people that are men that have had their ears pierced before.
Sure.
And it's not, but me personally, I'm not going to do it.
You're gonna let
When they get us, if they get to a certain age, say for instance, if they get maybe 12, 13, I want an earring, I want a little, a little diamond in my ear and blah, blah, blah. I might consider it depending on their maturity level. If I feel as though that they can take care of it and it won't get infected because they're not cleaning it and all that other type stuff. But as far as me running, because there are some people that as soon as they baby turn, because I know you did it to me. That's why my earlobe, as far as my piercings, are uneven because I know I got them when I was a baby.
right.
One is higher
Hmm.
than the other.
Yeah.
Um, because I was wiggling around and I probably wasn't sitting still when she did the second part of it. So, but for me, what's your opinion on it as far as piercings for boys?
I think you should wait and let them do it. But I mean, if it was my child, I would let them wait to get it done.
Yeah, but either way, I don't fault it. It's just like, because I feel like with piercings, with the ears, they can close up. You may like it this year, next year you don't want no more, and take it out and it close right on up.
Well, let
So
me just say this: in certain states, believe it or not, you could be locked up as a parent for getting your child's ears pierced. For
Wow.
example, the state of Arkansas.
Wow. I did not know that. Now
Yes.
that I can see why. I can see why. I can see both sides. I can see why it's just like, well, this is my kid. What do you, But then I see, well, what is the purpose of
Yeah.
getting the child's ears pierced that early?
It was
What
a
do
few
you do?
parents that recently got arrested because
Wow.
one guy was arrested in his home. The police arrived. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 cars deep.
Wow.
And then his
Yikes.
son wanted to get his ears pierced,
Mhm.
and the father took him, and the police came and arrested him a few hours later. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no. I mean, to each his own. Listen, I'm the advocate for do what you feel
So in
for
certain
your
states, when
parenting.
it comes down to,
Yeah, I'm not encouraging to break the law. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that neither here nor there. If you feel as though, you know what, I want my little boo boo to, have earrings in his ear, because I think it looks cute sometimes, it's
yeah.
not bad. It's cute, just like when little girls got little earrings, you like, oh, but for me, I don't really see that happening. One, because my children are buck wild as far as like they not with that. They not you not about
No,
they're not the type of kids that take well to strangers
no, they're
at
not going to
all.
sit. They're not going to sit for it.
And they're not going to sit for that. And you're talking about you're going to put a what through their ear? Yeah, no, they're not doing that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna, even though my 1-year-old is the only one, I already know he ain't going for that. And my 2.5-year-old, he ain't going for it
Well,
either.
you got to
He's
tie
not going
him
for it
down.
at all. Yeah, the person would mess around and pierce their hand,
Yeah,
messing around with him.
definitely.
So,
It's
but whatever
definitely
you
a
feel as
fault.
though, because I know people that gotten their little boys' ears pierced, and I think it's cute, like, but for me, I'm not going through that
No.
because yeah,
Yeah,
no.
it's amazing though. You live in certain states and you just got to know. Like
What your laws are.
I was telling you the other day, state of Illinois, you can get arrested for owing a debt.
Yes. Don't.
In Illinois. So
Yeah.
every
Yeah, that's
state, when you
crazy.
move to a state, you
You have
need
to
to find
do
out
your
what
research.
you do because you could be moving to a state that you be like, what? Yes,
Yeah, exactly. You have to know your law because if you
you
do
got to
not, you
know
will
your
be.
law.
Because I remember, I know we're wrapping up, but I remember when I lived in Illinois and I was going to a pajama frat party. And so I got in my truck that I had a Yukon. I'm driving. I'm probably was speeding, you guys, hey, whatever. And I got pulled over. Now, mind you, it's in the country. It's cornfields out here. So I called my mom
For sure.
and I'm like, I just got pulled over. I put because this is before camera. Well, I don't know. I ain't had no camera phone, I don't
Right.
think.
You
This was yeah, I'm not that young, you guys.
Right.
So I put the phone on the seat so she could hear what was going on, put it on speaker.
Hmm.
So, I got a ticket. He asked me for my license registration, but he came back, gave my registration, my insurance, but not my license. So I'm like, excuse me, sir. Hey, where's my license? He was like, do you have $75 cash? And I'm just like, what? I was like, no. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, he about to kidnap me. What is he talking about giving him cash for? So then he was like, well, you can pick up your license from the courthouse when you pay your ticket.
Yes.
And in my mind, now, you guys, this was back when I was in college. The first thing I'm thinking, like, how am I buy my alcohol with no ID? What am I going to do now? Like,
You need a
so
good idea. Oh my goodness.
yeah, I had no ID. So I'm just like, so I was like, well, what if I get pulled over again? Like, what am I going to use for ID? He said, use your ticket. I was like, oh. So I went up to the courthouse. I paid the ticket. And I asked the young lady, I said, is that normal? She said, yeah, if you had the money, he would have gave you a receipt and gave you your license back on the spot. I said, this is shady. I don't like that. But what I did was to make sure if I did get pulled over again, get my license confiscated, I got a state ID so I can still buy liquor. So that's how that went. But
I remember
I was just so shocked that they did that. I was
yeah,
like, what? And you looking at, and it's dark outside, it's nighttime, and I had my little pajama party outfit on. So I'm just looking like, oh man, he about to get me, Jesus. Like, Lord, take the wheel, Jesus. Are you listening? And it was definitely something that is just a awakening to be like, oh, you need to know what's going on in your state and
you
what's
do.
legal and what's not.
You do. You definitely do. Because
Yeah.
I remember when I was out there working and one of the staff members, the police came and had a warrant for his arrest. And, of course, we were inquiring what's going on. He's working. He said he owed a bill.
Wow. You froze.
I don't know.
You froze. You
froze.
froze. Yeah. Okay. I can hear you now.
So when the police arrived, did you hear that part when the cops came?
You said the cops came. They said they do owe that he owed a bill.
He owed a bill, and we wanted to know how much the bill was, and they told us, of course he was in the area, but we was trying to prevent him from being locked up, incarcerated, and
arrested.
So ended up happening. They ended up taking him in because it was like numerous of bills. But then that's when I learned that, my goodness, you have debt out here and you get locked up. That's like,
listen,
crazy.
You better pay your bills, people out here, because they ain't no joke.
You ain't no jerk. You got to know your laws, definitely.
Yes.
I do want to share some information before we go. Of course, there's so much information to share. But one of the things I do want to share with you, if you are living with any type of disability and you're in need of additional support, the Assistance Fund for Disability covers at least 78 different conditions. You can get more information at www.tafcares.org, and they do pay for various illnesses, cancer, Alzheimer's, high blood pressure. There's a list. If you go to the website, you'll be able to see all the things in which they do cover. Hopefully that will be helpful to someone that is in need. Yeah. And I know that last week I did share the information about this company who actually help people who are starting their own business. And especially if you're launching your own business, or you're starting a new business from scratch. If you're facing some sort of cash shortage and you're seeking information about potential grants that do not require repayments, you can go to www.helloskip.com. Again, that's www.helloskip.com. They have grants available. So go.
You froze. You froze.
I've got to go and see what's going on with this internet. Like, okay, it's storming here for one thing.
So I just heard the lightning here too as well.
So I don't know whether it's been storming since I've been on the call. So I don't know whether that
might be it to contribute to it.
I do apologize to those who are tuning in, and if you are tuning in on a replay, please forgive us. On my end, it is a storm here, and you said it's storming where you are too, Chicken.
Yeah, it's storm. Yeah, well, I just heard the thunder.
Okay, you heard the thunder, so it's on its way down your end. All right, well, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Mama Said It.
Yes.
We thank you. We want you all to have a wonderful week.
Yes.
May you have so many miracles and blessings happen to you and for you and your family. Stay protected and safe.
Yes, Mama absolutely.
Said it. Woo. There be days like this. Mama said it. Ooh, there be days like this. Mama said it. Wee, there be days like this. Y'all have a good week.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.